Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. We are from group 2. So today we were going to explain about describing English foreign language teacher. Okay. Next slide. There is topic of our presentation today. So many topic. Okay, next. There is definition topic of English foreign language teacher, include definition of teacher. So teacher is someone who teach by imparting the knowledge has through education. Predators say that the teacher are like actor because they feel as though they are always on stage. Next, teacher strategy in the classroom. Teacher strategy in the classroom include roles of teacher, organizing student and activity, and the teacher as performer. The roles of the teacher include controller. The first controller. When the teacher act as controller, they are in charge of the class and of the activity taking place and are of the leading from the front. Next, number two, prompter. Sometimes they are involved in a role play activity. For example, student lose the thread or lose of word, so there may be not be quite sure how to proceed. Next, participant. The traditional picture of teacher during student discussion, role play or group is people who stand back from the activity, letting the learner get on with and only intervening later to offer feedback and correct mistake. Next, research. The teacher become a research person. Student may need to ask how to say or write something. The last is tutor. For us, it's very important. However difficult this may be, in this more personal context, students have a real opportunity to feel support and help, and as a result, the general atmosphere of the classroom is greatly improved. Next, main point about organizing student and activity. The first thing we need to do when organizing something is get student engaged and prepared. Second, after the student are ready for the activity, the teacher will give the necessary instruction. And finally, And next, time to start the activity. And finally we must be stop the activity when the student have finished. And last, the teacher as a performer. Like this example, if the teacher made a team game, the teacher should be energetically, encouragingly, clearly and fairly. If the teacher made a role play, the teacher must be clearly, encouragingly, and routinely and sportively. And if the teacher made a reading aloud, the teacher should be commanding line, dramatically, interestingly. If the teacher made a world-class listening, the teacher must be efficiently, clearly, and supportively. The last is about rapport. So rapport basically means the relationship that the student have with the teacher and vice versa. Okay, next topic about describing learning context. Describing learning context include place and meaning of instruction. The place and facility here are related to the location of teaching that is in accordance with the field, and usually the facility of each field are also different. The following are various teaching facilities and customized facilities. The first, there is language school and school. Language school and school have the advantage of well-equipped room and the last classroom equipment and information technology. In school and company, some companies also offer language classes and expect teacher to go to the office or factory to teach. Next, real and virtual learning environment. The development of high-speed internet access and help create new virtual learning environments where students can learn even when they are literally thousands of miles away. Okay, the last, there is one-to-one teaching. Oh no, this is not my point of describing learning content. Okay, so next slide, there is characteristic good English foreign language teacher. It is about teaching characteristics have been described differently by various research and educators in the field. In general, good teachers from all disciplines have the same traits which make them called good or effective instructor. However, English teachers differ from teachers of other subjects in a number of ways which might relate to the nature of English as a subject. Okay?
Okay, I'm Olivia Millynia Nata. Here I want to explain the next slides. Number 4 is relationship between teacher and learner. There are several teachers who give lessons about the character, level, and needs of students. To be able to know the ability of students, teachers can organize students into levels. After knowing the level, the teacher can conclude that each student has different abilities. In the class, there are various levels of students' ability. Next is managing learning. Teachers assessing students. Student ratings can be explicit when the teacher says very good. Students tend to receive an assessment from the teacher in terms of praise or error. The teacher's role here is to encourage students by saying that they have done their job well. George sees it as a two-part element about responding to student assignments. First is medals. The teacher gives medals to students as a form of appreciation because the students have done something good. And for the second is mission. The teacher provides direction so that students experience improvement in the learning process. There are several ways in which teachers can assess students' assignments. First, comments. Comment on student work both inside and outside the classroom. When you want to give a comment, the teacher must use the right words so as not to offend students. Second is mark and grades. Students always want to know how much their assignments are worth. A value of 9 or 10 on an assignment can be written in the form of a letter, namely A. For example, the value of B+ is for speaking activities. This is a clear indicator that students are doing well. When students get good grades, they will be more motivated to learn. The multiple choice question model is relatively easy to do for students. It is more difficult when the question involves creativity, where the teacher asks students to make a written work. In this case, the rating will be more subjective. Okay, here we have reports. At the end of the year or the end of the semester, the teachers write reports on the performance of their students, either the school or the parents. This report should contain a clear indication of how the student did the task. The assessment should be as useful as the prospect for the future. Next, student assessing themselves. In the assessment, students can also monitor their language production. They have strong opinions about how well they are doing or have done. And if teachers are also involved, this can improve learning. There are several types of feedback for students. First is feedback during oral work. Feedback from assessment and correction is indeed very helpful in oral assignment, but teachers don't always have to provide feedback during oral assignments. Feedback can be given during lessons. Second is feedback during accuracy work. Correction usually consists of two stages. First, the teacher points out the mistakes made by students, and for the second, if necessary, students can help do it themselves. And next is feedback during fluency work. The teacher's tolerance for errors in fluency assessment will be much greater. We have gentle correction. If students don't know what to say, the teacher can encourage students to be brave, and teachers can provide assistance wisely. If there is an error, the teacher can correct it with good words. And for the next, we have feedback on writing work. When giving an assessment, it is hoped that the teacher should not take it as correcting, but just consider the cause of the feedback. Okay, thank you guys for listening. Sorry for the mistake that we made. The last we say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.